This one is It's Real by the Score Esports. Apparently, this is about Counter Strike because there's gonna be a CS:GO 2 soon in a different engine because CS:GO has been running on the Source engine, I think, and they've developed a Source 2 engine, and I think they're gonna release sort of CS:GO 2 in that engine probably. CS:GO is just the goat, man. Counter Strike is the goat. It just won't die, and I think it still has more years in it.
Strike 2 is real. At least that is the very well substantiated rumor on the street.
Oh,
The
it's a
question
rumor.
Is what is it? Is it
That's
a
what I've heard.
fully fledged sequel? Is it an update? Will it have 128
I've only heard about
better
it.
matchmaking?
I don't know
Will
anything.
your skins be okay? The real answer is I have absolutely no idea. But that has never stopped us from speculating before. And we're here. So
Maybe they
let's
can
speculate away.
update the progress. Well, we're all just speculating at this point.
Okay, so before we get into CS2 or Source 2 or whatever, let's talk about merch. Head over to shop.thescore.com to check out our
I was so
esports
confused.
collection.
What
We've
merch?
got t-shirts, hoodies, and crews in several designs and colorways. I know I work here, but I really do wear them all the time. They're awesome. All right, so for everybody wondering why this week's Source 2 hysteria is particularly pronounced, it all started about a week ago when an NVIDIA driver referencing CSGO S2 and CS2 caught data miners' attention, driving the community into a frenzy.
Data miners,
Now,
man.
for those who are in the
What are they
CSGO
doing?
community, you know that this is very, very standard stuff. Source 2 has been coming to CSGO for eons, and there's already parts of it in CSGO. But still, every few months, the rumor mill churns up another surefire guarantee that we're getting the full transition within the month, week, or hour. There's basically an entire entertainment industry built around it. But I think it's fair to say that this one feels different.
Oh, so
What
we're
really
still not
tipped the
sure.
scales wasn't the official CSGO Twitter account cheekily changing its banner, but a report by Richard Lewis claiming that Counter-Strike 2 is not only real, but arriving very shortly. Like sometime in
Okay.
the next month. So what does Counter-Strike 2
Just
mean?
out of
Is
nowhere?
it merely the long-awaited Source 2 update or a fully fledged sequel to the game? Well, I don't know. No one knows. That's the thing.
What's gonna be different though? Counter Strike will always be Counter Strike. What's gonna be different when it's Counter Strike 2?
But we can and will speculate. It seems likely, for instance, that we're probably not staring down the barrel of an entirely separate game that will exist independently from CSGO the way that Source did from 1.6.
Maybe they're just gonna have a major patch on CS:GO, and then it's running on a different engine.
The reason for that is sort of simple. It's not really what Counter-Strike needs right now. CSGO is fine. It's actually more than fine.
Yeah, it's
literally
chilling.
more people are playing the game right now than ever before.
Yep.
And for Valve to willfully
For some reason.
fracture the player base like that would be nonsensical. Plus, then they'd have to maintain 2 CSs, and I mean,
They can barely maintain one.
barely maintain 1 as is.
There it
It's also
is.
just not the way that esport multiplayer titles are maintained and sustained in the modern age. League, Dota, Overwatch, Siege, Valorant.
Overwatch
these games don't really
Omega
have
lol.
sequels per se, they're just updated in perpetuity. Speaking of Dota, that's pretty much the closest analog to what is likely to happen to CS. Back in 2015, Valve ported
just a
Dota
super
2
update.
over to Source 2 in one fell swoop. The update was dubbed Dota 2 Reborn, and it modernized the game's entire physics engine, making
Yeah.
it look and feel crispier than ever before. The reason it took 7 years for Valve to do that with CSGO is
Nobody
complicated.
knows.
Counter-Strike is infamous for having so-called spaghetti code, since the engine is older and more convoluted than pretty much any other in existence. At least, that is what a former Valve developer has elucidated several times on social media. So while I have zero understanding of like the actual nuance of all of this, I was around for before and after Dota 2 Reborn, and I can attest to the fact that it did make the game look, feel, and run
smoother.
much smoother. That said, a lot of the benefits that Source 2 promises to bring might not be discernible to the average player. Back-end stuff that'll make Counter-Strike easier to update, fix, implement stuff into, help with mapping.
So it's really just
stuff like that could be huge for the
an
game
engine
long term.
update.
If there was a new engine, and if it actually is coming, more people could potentially work on it, more features could be added, things could be changed a lot easier. And you know, for some lore, Valve didn't make the original CS like game or anything, so like all this like from the ground up, like they're dealing with somebody else's whenever they make changes to the game.
As for when it'll happen, Lewis's report claims that Valve has already flown pros out to their Seattle office in secret
to test
out, and that it will be ready to enter beta sometime before the end of the
Sick.
month. At that point, we're likely to see Counter-Strike 2, or whatever they end up calling it, become the de facto build
But
for
it's
both
just
casual
it's just an
and
engine update though.
play.
So
But again, it's Valve, so who knows? The report also claims that included in this update
it's not
will
just
be,
an engine update,
I can't believe
it's
I'm actually
huge.
saying this, 128-tick servers and a better matchmaking infrastructure. This means that you'll no
There you
longer
go.
have silver 3s in your global lobbies, and that you'll actually be able to throw all of that utility that you spent hours learning without having to hop into a Faceit server. This is huge, man. It should have happened years ago. But hey,
I didn't know CSGO
better late
had
than
shit
never.
matchmaking.
Speaking of Faceit, I see a lot of people out there saying that third-party services should be sweating bullets right now. And while I can't predict the future, I'm not so sure. Valve's anti-cheat is still dog water, and I ping a hell of a lot better to Faceit servers than I do to the official matchmaking ones. But then again, the new servers might be better. Who knows?
Bro, I remember playing CSGO. I just do like the pubs. I just play pubs in CSGO before. And every single, almost, not every single one, but almost every single game, there's gonna be some dude with aimbot or wall hacks. It's crazy. Playing in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of Chinese and Indian hackers. Just everywhere. I just say Chinese and Indians because those are the most amounts that I've seen. And I'm not really sure about other countries, but the most amounts I've seen are. I'm not saying they're the only ones cheating. I'm just saying that the ones that I've seen are.
But the biggest question on everybody's mind is undoubtedly one of the reasons why this update took so long in the first place. What happens to everybody's skins? Will they port over or get left?
Imagine you just lose like that knife, like the super expensive knife that you got from using all your money on loot boxes. God, I hate loot boxes.
Behind. Do I sell my knife now or do I wait and see? Do I start buying as many skins as I can? Is it a fire sale? Help! The homie Zipple put it best, so be sure to check out his recent Twitter thread for the full answer, but the gist of it is this. For better and for worse, skins are the most important thing in Counter-Strike.
True.
Period. For Valve to just abandon
It's one of the things that kept it alive.
they spent literally a decade building would just be lunacy. Like, to be clear, it would be financial suicide. It wouldn't even be worth the update. Like, if you told me,
Because
hey,
the player
there's a
base
new
would be so
Counter-Strike,
mad.
it plays better, it's shinier, the textures are cooler, but you don't get to bring your inventory with you, I would just keep playing the old Counter-Strike. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the community would. I would never go so far as to say that CSGO would be nothing without skins, because I think that's an overstatement, but it sure as shit wouldn't be what it is today. What the migration looks like is anybody's guess, but it's safe to assume that Valve have solved it, or at least the bulk of it. or else they wouldn't be pushing Source 2 in the first place. The game is continuing
They
to
probably
reach unprecedented
have a
player
good
numbers, and there
migration
is
system.
zero reason to think that Valve would just up and tamper with the one thing that makes them, the player base, and the esports infrastructure a load of money.
Yep.
What's infinitely
It's all
more
about the
likely
skins,
is that
baby.
your knives will port over, look even shinier, attract even more players, and go up in value even more. Now, I'm not a soothsayer, and I don't pretend to be, but that is, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, the most reasoned take about what is going to happen. So, to summarize this week's speculation, which is far from unfounded, a fully fledged Counter-Strike sequel with new guns, maps, animations a la Counter-Strike Source is unlikely, I think. Source 2, i.e. a game engine update to the existing Counter-Strike infrastructure,
Yeah.
probably very likely happening very, very soon.
Oh, I thought that
With
was
it
the
comes
rumor.
Innumerable performance upgrades, the vast majority of which you and
I never thought they would try to make Counter-Strike Source 2. Because I heard Counter-Strike Source was bad. So I always thought that when this rumor came out that they would be updating the engine.
I do not understand. 128 tick servers, better matchmaking, and most
128 tick
importantly,
servers, dude.
yes,
Imagine having 128 tick servers. Respawn, please. Dude, Apex runs on 20.
your skins are very likely
God
going to
damn.
be just fine. Anyway, that's all I
Shit's
got
crazy.
for you today. Fingers crossed that this too isn't a giant bait and switch. Long
Imagine
have
if we
waited
all
for
got
Source 2, my
debated.
friends, and it finally feels as if the time has come to rejoice.
Yeah,
It's just like, it's not.
We're
I
all
said in the
probably
piece, like,
debated.
I would never go so far as to say that CSGO would be nothing without skins, because that's not true. Like, it is the crispiest, most strategic, most addicting shooter. Like, it just is just the best. But, like, the game is really good, but it's not like, I'm gonna get spit roasted for saying this, but like, it's not that good. You know what I mean? Like, it's really good, and I would still play it more than I would play anything else. Yeah.
dude, he really tried there. But yeah, CSGO, to what he said, I think CSGO, Counter-Strike will always be a good game. It's the OG. Like, the game mechanics, the gunplay, the game mode, it's the OG. You can't beat it. But the skins really made it so that the player base would stay because some skins have value, and it's not just any value, it's a crazy amount of value. So yeah.